morning, and welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show on this beautiful December the 1st, Friday morning, 2023. A new month is here, my people. And yesterday, while I was thinking that December had 31 days, forgetting that 30 days has September, April, June, and November, and all the rest have 31. Let me bring in my correspondent in Liberia, Mr. Samuel Wicker. Let's talk. Sam?
Yeah, Rob, good morning.
How you doing this morning, brother?
And happy new month.
Same to you, man.
The 1st of December. The year is gone.
Yes. So what's happening in Mama Liberia?
And President-elect Joseph Yojima Baka left for the United States today to meet up with his supporters, those who supported him, who have been through all the process leading to his election. And from the States, he's going to Canada to meet with some of those guys who help him. And he said he's going to meet with investors from America and Canada.
Is he taking Costa? Is he taking Costa with him?
I don't know. Costa is nowhere around.
He's nowhere around.
He's nowhere around. But Costa is in the States.
Oh, he's in the city.
Since the election, yeah, he left. Yeah, he's in the States.
I haven't heard anything from him or seen anything about Costa. I was just wondering. I said, what happened to Costa?
Yeah, Costa is in the States.
Okay, go ahead.
And so Baka will be there for about 3 weeks before returning to Liberia. Criminal Code A George Roosevelt Willie has subpoenaed the state mayor Jefferson Koji and the chief secretary of the MCC, the Moral City Corporation, Valley Terry, to testify, and as it relates to the death of Charlotte Musu.
So, you got any idea what they're testifying to or about?
Well, prior to the incarceration of Scott, Valitere and Koji Nin has been around that. In fact, it was Valitere who did the killing. But since police said there was no proof of intruder, that's why they arrested and charged the occupant. But the prosecutor, the defending with the counsel, continue to say that Valitele is aware. So that's what prompted the court to invite the both of them to come and testify. And at the executive mansion, the chief of EPS, Trogan Rabel, the EPA is the Executive Protection Service. He has denied his involvement in the missing of money that was kept aside for the EPS Development Fund. And this fund was raised from the salary every month. I think Olenda is $20 deducted from the salary for some program in the future for their own welfare. But the head of this money, the signatory to this money, absconded, and so they felt that the chief of EPS was involved. But yesterday, at a press conference, he denied that he did not ever being part of that syndicate.
But Sam, why do these guys permit these things in government? It's against the law for people to set up organizations in government where people donate was it by payroll deduction?
Yeah.
You see, these kind of things here, except it's a union, but you just set up an organization and you make people sign to deduct their salary. It's against the law, man. Because there's no guarantee. Yeah, right here now. Now we learned they subpoena the bank, the USB.
The UBA.
the United Bank
Bank
of
of
Africa,
Africa.
Liberia. They subpoenaed them because they were keeping the money.
Yeah.
It's against the law, my people. It's against the law. That is sitting where it is, Samboka is in jail, is in trouble for at the
Yes.
defense for taking people money and forming. Say you're gonna put the money aside to keep it. Who give you the authority to do it? So go ahead, let's finish. I got my classes this morning.
Yes. Senate have started debating on the tuition free policy, at all universities. That was announced by President Weah. They want to legitimize it by going through the law, going through the both houses. So they have started debating the lower house, the House of Representatives have already passed it, and they want to make pass it into law, so it can be bounding on government,
Free education.
free education at the university level.
Okay.
You know, and UP's Elder Council, they are urging Boakai and not to witch hunt anybody. Unlike the campaign manager of CDC that said that if they had won, they were never going to employ any UP partisan. But the others are saying no. I mean, Barker, do not witch hunt. Once you qualify, as long as you're librarian, once you qualify, you can have a job.
Okay. I hope that does not apply to audit too now.
No, they have to audit.
So they
They
can't
have to
audit these
audit.
people.
They
Okay.
have to audit them. They
I'm gonna
have to
let you
audit.
clarify the positions here.
You know. And news from the health ministry and the FAO says that about 30% of the children in Liberia are malnourished due to high poverty rate in the country. So
What what about the sickness? We know that because of the flooding in the country, people are getting sick. The people in the Omega community right now, they're complaining
mhm.
because their community is soaking wet every day, all through the day. This report on Front Page Africa. You go there right now. This woman, she got sores on each all on her foot, and the doctor said you got to dry your feet. Your feet got to stay dry, but you can't stay dry because you live in Omega community and there's water
Mhm.
all in the community every day. What causing the water? Is it a swamp community?
Well, Rod, people nowadays, the zoning system is being ignored. People build on islands and all that, so there's no way, even in swamp, there's no way for water to flow.
Wow.
You
So
know,
this is a serious health condition because
yeah.
when people get sick, it spreads to the country. It doesn't stay in that one place. You're looking at an epidemic. An epidemic is local. It's not a pandemic where it's worldwide, but it's an epidemic is local to a region, to a country, to these kind of things. My man, we got to be careful, man. Our people living on the edge. What else you got, Sam?
Yeah, so far the major headline, according to this morning in Liberia.
Okay, people. Well, then I'll see you tomorrow so we can do your closing for the week.
Okay, man. Thank you.
Happy first month.
Good day. You
Okay.
too, man.
Bye-bye. My Liberian people, this morning, I want to focus on the Tubman administration because Tubman was very significant and is very significant in Liberian history. All through our history, we have no president that served for 27 years. Even that now, what Tubman did, no other president ever did it or will ever do it. So 27 years, man, is almost over half a century. Okay, half of a half a century. What how they call it? I don't know how to call it, 50 years um, jubilation, some jubilation or silver jubilation or whatever they call it. But 50 years is half a century. Tubman served over half of that. He served for 27 years. So it's etched in our constitution, in our laws, in our history, in our society. Everything Tubman did made up the Liberian society today. It changed the course of our first society and brought in the Tubman era that still exists to this very day. And every time I think about it, Liberia is now old. We are a young nation because the people that came before us, we know nothing about them really. Everything we know about is Tubman, from Tubman to now. Despite the fact that there were people before us that did some great things too, that founded Liberia, that started the exploration of that part of our hinterland and brought our people together too. But from Tubman era, he shaped Liberia. And you see, let me tell you something. When I talk about Tubman, we got to talk about Tubman. There's no way we can avoid talking about Tubman if we got to rectify the mistakes in Liberia. But before I get to Tubman, let me just set something straight first in my life. If you all notice, I talk about my aunt, Louise Walter Smith. I was not raised by my father, nor was I raised by my mother. My mother was young when she had me. My mother was barely 20, 19 going to 20. She made an arrangement with Louise Walter Smith, who in reality is a distant cousin. He made an arrangement with her to take care of me. It didn't have to do nothing with family member. It didn't have to do with anybody connected to Carisburg or my pa or anybody. Because as far as my mom was concerned, she told my aunt not to let me visit anybody. She should raise me according to how she felt she should raise me and keep me away from my pa and anybody else. My pa was Attorney General of my country. Whatever happened between my pa and ma, I don't care about it. Whatever arrangement was made between my aunt and my ma, I don't care about it. But I know my ma gave me to this woman to raise. She had confidence in her. She trusted her. Okay? And she didn't just leave her there. My ma sent money for me. I received clothes all through the year. My aunt never let me wear those clothes I received from my mom. She would call me, she would open the suitcases. She said, they were your mom sent you. And she would close it, zip it up, and I would never see it again. Why? Because we're not living in an affluent area for me to wear those kind of clothes. I never questioned my mom about them. I never talked to her about it. But now that I'm older, I know why she never let me wear the clothes. I didn't have to question her. I knew it. I was born in a poor area. People were already jealous of me because one, my pa was Attorney General, despite the fact that I was living in this poor community. My pa sent my food. Every month, my box came with food and everything. My brothers and sisters came to pick me up and visit me, take me with them. So, despite the fact my mom didn't want all of that, my mom wanted me to be raised by myself and all of that. But my aunt couldn't do anything with the Attorney General. When my pa sent for me, what my aunt would say, no, you crazy? My aunt was scared. When my pa sent for me, they had to release me right away because my pa waited for me. Waited for my pa. His auntie said, no, he can't come to see you. She couldn't do that, despite what my mom felt or what she said. Once my pa sent for me, my aunt had to let me go. So I didn't grow up being beholden to anybody, not even my father. My aunt raised me to be independent. I don't care about the people's wealth. I don't care about my mom's wealth. I don't care about my pa's wealth. I've seen jealousy all my life. From my aunt family too. I remember I went to the YMCA one time and one of my aunt nephew slapped the hell out of me. I did nothing to the guy. I did nothing to him. I wanted to play basketball. But because his aunt was raising me and he was jealous because she wasn't giving him the love that she was giving me, I just walked in the gym to play basketball and this guy just walked up to me and slapped the hell out of me. I didn't even say a word to him. So that shows that our family people didn't accept the fact that she was raising me, but I don't care about that. She accepted me to raise me. She and my mother. And after 12 years of being raised by this woman, from 1 month old until she died on my 16th birthday, I had no other connection but to her. My mom left for those many years. That was what my mom left for 12 years. I didn't see her. She was in America. Whatever she came to do, that was she and my aunt arrangement. She sent my money and sent my food. She took care of me, but I never saw her. And when my aunt introduced me to my curious white people, this is how my aunt introduced me. She called me one day. She said, "It's time for you." I was almost like 10 or 11 years old now. She called me. She said, "It's time for you to go to Curious White and mingle and mix with your mom people and get to know them." I went to Curious White. That's how I started going to Curious White. Then I started going for vacation and learning about my mom people. But I was the Morovia boy, so all of them felt this negative and jealousy feeling towards me. You know, they did, and they still do. I don't want nothing from them. I don't want nothing from my mom. But they still do, you know. And I don't know what my mom's expectations were when she came, but my aunt has raised me to be a patriot, not to cater to other people, not to do what other people tell me to do what I thought was right. The last thing my aunt told me before she died, when my mom came, my aunt started fussing about money and all that kind of thing. I didn't want to get into that. That wasn't my business. Okay? But when it came out there doing the thing, the last thing my aunt said to me, she said, "I raised you to be who you are. Whatever you do, whatever happens in your life, never leave school." That was her last advice to me. And I took it. I said, "Okay, Mama, I hear you." And when she died when I was 16 years old, I've met challenges. And I've overcome them, not on my own accord, with the help of God. That's why I'm rooted in my faith. Because I've been there, I've seen it, I know that. And I learn every day. You see? So I'm saying this because family is important to me. But I don't want my aunt people, the Wadsworths, the Uris, and my Curious White people, to feel that I'm beholden to them because Louise Wadsworth Smith raised me. No, she raised me on her agreement with my mom. Okay, she didn't just take me and raise me. My mom brought me to her, and she told me that she went to my mom and said, "Look, this boy is sick. Let me take him. I know how to cure him." And they sat down and made the arrangement before my mom released me to her. Besides that, there are many women who have come to me and told me, say, oh, I almost took you to raise you. Many women. My mom refused. My mom couldn't just give me to anybody. Although she didn't raise me, but she wasn't a stupid woman. She chose the woman that would raise me. And she made an arrangement with her, and they had the thing set up. So I don't owe the Wadsworth family nothing. I don't. I don't owe the US family nothing. So you see, I got plenty of people in my family. I got plenty of Wadsworth and US family. But they won't punish me because I believe in what I believe in. And what I believe in, they don't believe in it. They want to follow Tuckman and Talbot and all the other people. And I can't do that. I was raised to be a patriot. I was raised to teach my people the right thing. It's their choice to do it. I don't want money. I don't want your money. I struggle all my life for money. Okay? But I'm a family man. When people get in trouble, I got to come to them. And that's why I don't have the kind of money I should be having right now. Okay? But people don't understand this. But I just want to clarify that with my charisma people. Okay? I love you. I will work with you. But I will not follow your mentality if it's not good for me and my country. I don't like deceitfulness. I don't like lies. I don't like treachery. I'm a patriot. If I can't do it, I will tell you, no, I can't do it. I don't want to get involved with it. Do it. I have nothing with it. But nobody can push me or force me to do their bidding. I will not do it. I will cut you off. I'm a Christian. You see, so I rely on my Christian faith. I come this far by faith, leaning on Jesus. Yeah, we try the juju, we try all the kind of things, but when I grew up and found out that, well, why am I looking for another God when I had my God all along? And my God is powerful. He protected me. Because every juju person I went to, especially the young juju children, the young guys who were doing juju and things like that, practitioners, and they were good. When I went to them, all of them would look at me and say, my man, why you want to waste my medicine? They would ask me, why you want to waste my medicine? Because you were wasted. And I did. And I get punished for it too. You can't take Satan thing and just waste it. No, I get punished for it too. Yes, you get punished for it. But all along that, I had to build my faith in Jesus until I got to know him. Know what he can do. All that voodoo thing you're working for, it can happen in Christianity. Jesus can do it. I've seen it. I believe it. That's why I pray. I drop all the things. But you gotta drop all the juju. You gotta leave all the things and put your faith in Jesus. You know, I'm still going through the remnants of the evil that came in my house. I should be dead. But when you pray, it's different. It's different. And you see, I'm not telling you all of this for other people. People don't care to listen to this kind of thing. They won't practice what they want to practice. They won't say it's not true. Don't believe it. Why you go to church? If you didn't believe it, why you go to church? Why you pray to God? I was reading something, somebody preacher said, in every religion, there's one Satan. But who the God is, that's the issue. Everybody won't claim they know God and know God. But when you got a true teacher, when you have a true teacher, he teaches you. And you got to pay attention to what he's telling you. Because Jesus didn't lie to us. He told there are many gods. I mean, there are many, well, he didn't say many gods. There's one God, but in the house of God, There are many sub-gods, people that claim that they have connection to God. There's only one God, the creator, who created this earth. And there are no other gods. But in the house of God, there are many mansions. That means there are many spiritual powers that God gave power to control this earth. And among all of them, excuse me, among all of them, Christ told us he had no place. He wasn't one of the ancient gods. He's a new God. But to become a God, he had to die for us. He had to submit himself to death and resurrection to become a God. And he accepted that. So when he died, excuse me, I got this in my throat. So when he died, he went to heaven to prepare his mansion. And he told her that. He said, in my Father's house there are many mansions. And I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, there you will be too. He telling us, he said, I don't have a house there. There are ancient gods. Those gods been there forever. The elemental gods. That's why I told my people, if you read my thing, I told you to stop watching these spiritual shows. I just got the premonition because I watch a lot of them. Every time I turn the TV on, I want to watch the Travel Channel and the paranormal and all these things. And somebody just told me, said, no, it's not right. Then I asked the thing, I said, if it's not right, well, I got to do it. I'm not out there running, doing ghost hunting and all of that. Well, I got to do that. Then the thing said to me, hey, you watch the show. You provide money to those people to go out and do those things. And I said, yes, that's true. So there are ramifications. And that's why I stopped watching it. I told other people, I said, you got to stop it. Let the people rest in peace. These ghost hunters and things like that, you know, if there's a purpose for it, go do it. If your office or your business is being haunted and you need to get rid of that ghost to do your work, call in people to help you. But just to get up and say, oh, I want to go to that old house to go hunt it and see his ghost there, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't advise that. Okay? There are ramifications and results for all of that. Okay, so be careful when you do the thing. So let me finish with my aunt now. So I just want these people to know this. Okay? I don't care about you're punishing me or you're trying to ostracize me because we had a family meeting, we had a group together. But the way I think, my people are not ready to think like that. Many black people are not ready to think like that. That's why you see me, I don't mix with other people. You know, we can make money together. The opportunities are out there for us to make money. But people don't want to work. People want to let one man work who got the energy to do it, and all of them benefit from that. And I don't believe in that. You don't want to work? Donate the money. Let me do the work. But you don't want to donate the money. You don't want to donate the effort. You just want free things. It can't work like that. It can't work like that. Our whole society is down. The whole society is down. You got to be responsible. You got to participate. You know, when I cannot come to things and I know that thing is important to me, I'll send money because I know nothing can go on without money. No, there's no charity in everything. No, everything needs money. Especially when you're working for the community, you need money to travel. You need money to do this. All you got to do, the only problem with us is our leadership is so corrupt. We don't make reports. We take our positions for granted. And you see, this is how I want to educate my Liberian people. When we say we're doing something, we got to be serious about it. Everything not about petty change. We can't be greedy for petty change. That's to our destruction. We got to see the bigger picture. When you are a leader and you organize things the right way, and you set it to unify people, to bring people together, and you report on things correctly, the organization grows. If you owe people, pay them. When you pay them, don't run behind them, they'll give you some of the money because you the treasurer. No, you can't. We gotta pay people in integrity. We gotta pay people to know that our positions are blessed positions that we have, that God gave us. We can't take advantage of it for our personal greed. No, you can't be a person, every time you see money, you go nuts. Huh? People know the organization money, you go pay them back, you take some for yourself. Oh, my man, $5 for myself, $10 for myself. You can't do that. How the people will trust you? How the people will work for the organization? Because there's a leech in the midst. People will not work for you. People will not want to come there. They will love the organization. They will talk to you, but there's a leech. There's a corrupt person in the midst. And people know if they get their money, it will not benefit the organization. So let me leave my mom and my family, everything. And let's get to our governance. Because I want to deal with Tottenham. There are very historical errors that emerge under this 27-year rule of Tottenham. One, we have the history of unifying our people. That's the political aspect of Tottenham. That what makes Tottenham a great leader. He unified Liberia. When Tottenham took over, everything was not perfect, but our people had laid the groundwork for the unification, for people coming together. But when Tottenham got there, he had people under him too that helped to bring our people together. One of them was Ben Fremont, my grandfather, and Mac DeShield, and all these boys. Simpson, all the boys, they were knowledgeable. The buttress Tottenham, where he was weak. And Tottenham wasn't no leash either. He was smart. Tottenham was smart. But it's just that, you see what he did. I don't want to judge Tottenham. Because it may have been divine. It may have been based on his greed. Wherever it was, I don't want to pinpoint anything that I may be wrong about. Because what Tottenham did for Liberia was great. He did very great for Liberia. But what he did cannot be repeated and must not be repeated in our history. Okay, so let's look at his era. We had the era where Tottenham had a historical struggle to become the leader of Liberia. Tottenham was not a Monrovia boy. Tottenham came from Maryland. Everything was against the people that were not from Monrovia. The mentality of the people in Monrovia was this elitism. Tottenham didn't fit in there. So Tottenham was on the outskirts. He used to hang in it. He was hanging in the halls of power and all of that. But the people in the street got to know Tottenham because he used to drink a lot. He used to hang in a lot, party a lot. So the common people knew Tottenham. Hey, that. So Tottenham was blessed to become president of Liberia. According to historical accounts, people try to use Tottenham. Thought he was stupid. Said, well, that put him there, whether we just move him and come back to power and get rid of Tottenham. Okay, because they thought Tubman was a little drunk boy, partying boy from Maryland. He wasn't in the clique among the Morovia boys. So, but he was on the outskirts. He wanted to be with them. So they thought, oh yeah, we just use Tubman, do this with Tubman, get rid of him. So they brought Tubman in, tried to deceive him, just the same thing going on in Liberia now today. Made him president. While the president who were there resigned to go rewrite the constitution. You see how the people they're trying to deceive us. So he wanted to rewrite the constitution to come back into power to stay for many terms. So the same thing Tubman saw. So when he put Tubman there, Tubman brought all your boys. He fired all the guy boys, brought your boys, and he trenched them into positions that were essential. He was president. So when he did that, when it was time for Barkley to come back or whoever wanted to come back, he charged him with something. And Barkley couldn't come back. Go look at your history. I'm not going into the historical accounts of all of that. Okay, I'm a political scientist. I'll just give you the overview. Okay. So he got rid of Barkley. And he entrenched himself in power. Then he took the same ideal that Barkley had to change the constitution and stay in power and utilize it for his own benefit. Our constitution at that time mandated that anybody want to be president who serve one term, and if you want a second term, just how our constitution is now, that's how it was before. You serve one term. If the people want you there, they will vote you for a second time. After that, you finish. When Tubman got there, because Barkley tried to tamper the Constitution, Tubman said, all right, let's play that game. And those guys changed the Constitution from limitation. They dropped the limitation. Instead of 2 years, they just left it and said you can stay president as long as the people want you to stay president. So now, with that in force, Tubman had the opportunity to stay in power for life. Why? You know the power of the incumbent. You have to call it incumbent. I know that reposition. Incumbent, I know incumbent. So, but you don't know the power of that person. Once you get in power, you're holding the money, you're holding the power, you're holding the police, you're holding the military. You have the opportunity to change things unscrupulously. And that's what Tubman did. Glapohkpa Chesson and all the boys there. Chesson was a young guy out of college too, my pa. All of them, when they got there under Tubman, they saw the opportunity to stay in power. Because the law did not stop them. Tubman had changed the law. Barkley started it, Tubman finished it. So you see, and Tubman was smart, man. Tubman, although he did not initiate the process of changing our constitution, all of that, but he benefited from it. He benefited from it. And that's the only thing with me. It was good for Tubman. It was great. I have nothing against Tubman. But look where we are today. And many Liberians thought like that, man. Ben and I, you, Charles Taylor, me, we all sat down and talked about it. When we were in college and things like that. The one Liberian, when Ben and I saw me, he said, you know what we talk? I said, no, Ben and I don't agree with it. It would destroy our country. It would destroy, if we want our country to be a dictatorship, yes, we can go that way. Because when you take all of that, you suppress everything that is democratic. The same thing Trump wants to do in America here. But if you love your country and you believe in the freedom of your people, that's the foundation. The freedom of your people. If you love the freedom of your people, have their minds free, have their spirits free. Let them be free-minded people to make choice, like the Bible told us. Because Jesus divided, he was the first Democrat. He divided the church from the state. He said, no, religion was very powerful. It's very powerful. Religion is the foundation of everything we do. So when our pastors said do this, we do, our pope said do this, that's how the church was being functioned, led by the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all these religious people who are corrupt politicians and using the church as the foundation to enrich themselves. And Jesus saw it. That was when Jesus, you call them vipers, say, oh, ye vipers, get with me. They were snakes. They were leeches. They were stealing. And that's what Jesus told the people, us. You see, when they try to corner him, oh master, when Caesar said you must pay your taxes, what you do? They were waiting for him to say, God said when I pay taxes, it's a religion. They're going to haul him to jail and kill him. I told you before, if you watch my show, the Jews, the Romans never played with the Jewish prophets. You're a prophet, as soon as you open your mouth, they will kill you. They used to crucify prophets every day. The Romans did not like prophets because they were disturbing their operations in Israel. Coming and say, oh, God said the prophet must leave. Most of the prophets were preaching against the ills of the Romans. And the Romans didn't want that. They were killing prophets. Why do you think they killed Jesus? Why do you think Pharaoh washed his hand on Jesus? Because they didn't want nothing to do with prophets. If Pharaoh had stood up for Jesus and had gone back to Rome, to Caesar, that Pharaoh had backed a prophet against the Jewish interests, Pilate would have been gone. He would never have a career again in the service of Caesar. So that he washed his hand about it. He said, no, he knew the guy was innocent. He knew the guy was innocent, man. I can't kill this guy for the thing. But his wife warned him, said, I saw this. Be careful. Be careful. And he washed his hand off him. Okay? So we have all that to guide us, man. He set democracy aside. So when they trick him, he said, no. He said, render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar. You see the coin, you see the money. You see my picture on it? No, you don't see my picture. You see God picture? You see God. Who picture you see on this coin? Caesar. Render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar. Money, got his picture on it, take the money. Don't ask me about taxes. I'll pay my taxes. He shut them up because he knew they were trying to entrap him to kill him. Okay? This same thing with us in Liberia, my people. We got to understand where we stand. And I was telling y'all about my belief and my faith. I've seen a lot, man. Treachery, evil. I told you this Indian man came to my house, almost killed me. I'm still suffering from it. But because of my prayers, man. Because of my prayers. When you understand this thing, if you believe and put your faith in him, but you can't do juju and all the other things. You got to tell your mom, your pa, your brother, and all that. No, I will not touch that thing. You all can do it. I will not do it. And go find your God. You got to find Jesus. He's not coming to look for you. He's always there. But you got to have a personal connection with him. You got to go out and find him. You can't say, oh, my mom is Christian, my pa Christian, or family Christian. No, it will never work. No, Jesus is not that kind of God. So if you're sitting there thinking, that why education is important, my people. That's why I come here to educate my Liberian people. I don't want you to be happy only on the political side. I want you to be holistic in your happiness. The same way Alice Howard said, you got to be holistic. If your spirit not holistic and happy, your physical life will not be happy. It will not connect. You got to combine the two on the same plane for you to find happiness. So as it is right now, we got to look at our society and see what is right for us. What we need to do as a people to make Liberia a wholesome, functioning society. Because if we don't, we'll not rise, we'll not progress, we'll not advance. Okay? So the history of Totman is the history of Liberia. That's the man that structured Liberia. That's the man that fixed Liberia. And now that we are fixed, he done his share. Totman did a great job. We can't say he didn't do a great job. He had faults. He was corrupt. Yes. He stole. Yes. He made our society a little bit corrupt. Yes. But these are things that we, the Liberian people, got to fix now. Totman did his thing. He brought us together. He united us. He fixed a culture for us. All of us got a Liberian culture now. Anywhere you go in the world, we have a Liberian culture. All Liberians understand who we are, what we stand for, how we feel about each other. Yeah, all the Congo and country thing, that BS. When Liberian people in trouble, we all chip in to help. Y'all know that. But we just like to be fooling around with ourselves. We could be a great people. Same thing with the African Americans. We could be a great people. Many of my brothers, I sit among them, but all of them jealous. A lot of them jealous. Because some of the things I can do, they can't do it. I told you, my aunt raised a holistic man. I can do plenty things. I'm jack of all trades. I'm jack of all trades. I do. And people don't like that. People feel I'm competing with them. I ain't competing with you. I just want to make life better for all of us. That's why as soon as people start talking about jealous, oh, you jealous of me? I wash my hands off you. You ain't going to see me no more. You will not see me no more. Even my own relative. Because Jesus told me, your right hand offend you, cut it off. Because you got to be happy in everything you do. If people don't want to follow you because they're jealous and things like that, don't go with them. You know, there are some people here, they feel they want you to cater to them, so they behave like they don't like you to see you follow them, you run behind them and beg them. You know, I don't do those kind of things. And many of them know now. Even my own family, we're sitting together, everybody want lead. Everybody can't lead. Everybody can't keep the money. That's why I left. Because that's not what family is for. Okay, yes, we got people, some family go by age. You go by age when it comes to discipline. When it comes to instilling peace and order in the family. But when it comes to money, we look to the child in the family who got the education, who got the ideals, who got the skills to bring us together to raise money. But when you got people that don't know their role, they feel that because they're the elder, they're supposed to make decisions, and they do not know how to make decisions. We go back to the I taught my era, where everybody just thinks they can lead, and other people just follow. We got to understand these things. Because family comes together to make money. Friends come together to make money. Now, all of these friends I got everywhere who jealous of me, we can't do the ideas that I had. You know, but they want quick money. They want control things. They want to be in charge of things. It's all about control and money. And some of us don't believe in that. Some of us got to build things up before we look at money. You got to build a foundation. When you're strong on the foundation, then you can look to other trivial things that cause trouble. Money is trouble. Anytime you get money, expect trouble. Because when people see money, they want to steal. They want to control it. Or they think other people will steal it. They think other people will do what they think they want to do. There's always trouble with money, especially in a poor community. So as a leader of a poor community, you got to know what to do when you got money. Okay? You got to keep good records. You got to make sure everybody understand what the purpose of the money for and what you as a leader have an obligation to do. Okay? So this all takes us back to the same upbringing, our education, our mentalities. Are we ready to change everything? Are we ready to change our society? So when I talk about Totman, I talk about the man who laid the foundation for our country, the man who guided us from the wilderness to bring us partly into the light. Everything he did was not right, but we credit him for being a great leader, for unifying us by using his ingenuity, his friends' abilities to bring us together. Now we have reached this point. We have to evaluate Tuckman now, because some of those things he did that were not right, we cannot practice it in our democracy. It will die. Tuckman did what he had to do during his time. Liberia was illiterate. The masses of Liberians were blind and backwards. That is not the case today. Masses of Liberian people are not blind and backwards. We honor Tubman for what he did, but what he did, we cannot do it in this modern Liberian society and expect our society to grow and prosper. For all the people with that kind of Tubman mentality, get it out of your minds. That's why I'm telling you, we got to stop stealing. We got to be honest. We got to trust one another, because we know that if you don't, our law will punish you. We have mechanism to ensure that you are truthful. When we get all these things in place, our minor issues with tribalism and ethnicity, all of it will just dissipate, because we'll be too busy making money and coming together and working to think about frivolous things. But the only reason why we think about conquering and country and all those stupid things is because we're not using our mentalities and abilities to the fullest. So we're idle. We got foolish things to talk about. And this is what I try to bring to my people to say, look, man, all this thing is not necessary, but we're doing it because we don't know how to raise money. We don't have that mentality to come together and raise money. So we do stupid, frivolous thing of jealousy and uselessness and fighting each other for what? If you got one brother who got the light to say, hey, let's stop this fighting, we can make money. Everybody don't have to be president. Everybody don't have to be leader. But everybody want money, right? Everybody want a good life, right? Everybody want to be able to buy things for the children and don't be in debt forever, right? We can do it. But we can't do it when people are jealous. When people want rule, everybody want rule. No, everybody can't rule. We take the best among us to rule. We hear the ideas of how we can raise money and rule. Money is the center of everything. You hear what I say? Not politics, not love, not family, not juju, not voodoo. Money is the center of everything. If you have no knowledge about that, or how to handle money, or how to bring your people together to make money, or your people too immature and backwards, they can't see the power in raising money, you will fail. time and time again. And this is what I try to bring to my people. My people hate me. Why? Because when I tell them, they say, oh, I want to do it, that I can't stay with them because then they're children. You know, they want to have meeting to have cake and things, and they're not raising money. So when you put money together, take your money and put it there. Where you getting money from again to fill out the money you give? You don't have it. But when we all come together and raise money and do things to get money and not being jealous, rely on the people in your family who know, who went to school and understand the thing and can tell you, look, you gotta do this. You will make sure they're honest. That's all. Just make sure they're honest. Check on them. Because people will steal, especially the educated people too. That one of the faults of the educated people is to teach them how to steal. Okay? And they'll steal from the weak people. We'll talk about this more during my other class before the weekend. Have a good day. My class is done. Aluta. Continue. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. I'm just here to teach you, to guide you, because we can do better if we all understand our plight and what it means for us to move forward. Bye-bye.